Good evening, everyone. Welcome to week 11 of the live interactive session of the Java Computing using Python. I am Vikas, PhD scholar and PhD Space Science and Technology at IIT Jodhpur. Uh, for more details, you can visit the website. This is the classroom link and schedule, meet link, and all these recordings will be available on the YouTube channel. Okay. So before going deep into the problems, I'd like to know if you have some specific doubt regarding anything taught in this week, you can ask.
Hi, sir.
Hi.
Good afternoon. I have one question regarding for examination. In this
Yeah.
time, the unproctored examination conduct or not, sir? Means running.
See, the details have been already shared in the discussion forum, I think. And it is mostly like in 1 week or so, you will even get more detailed details regarding it. So check the discussion forum. There it has been already posted.
But sir, I read some of the messages. In this time, not running any unproctored exam.
Like
Means,
where you read those
uh,
messages.
sir, in SOAM, means in SOAM, particularly questions means ask the questions. Their Google chat
Uh,
box like
just a minute, let me check.
ask a question like a Google charts.
Mhm. Yeah, just a minute. Let me check what is the status. I saw the announcement, but I didn't check it. Just there you okay. Yeah. Okay, you see, hello, I am
Yes, sir.
audible.
Yes, sir. Yes,
Okay,
sir.
let me share my screen for once. Mm, Yeah, is my screen visible?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So you see here, it in the discussion forum, if you can see that there is a list for this, and if you go to this list where it is showing click here, okay, there you will be able to see this. Let's see. Okay, joy of computing. You see the type of examination is online computer based. Okay.
Sir, 1 second, sir. Means I'm asking for the question is the particularly two questions are given to unproctored exam to write a code like a 25 marks.
Okay.
This section is present or not in this means
Uh,
in
there is no such information because nothing like that has been announced. So I think there is nothing like that. It will be conducted in that exam itself, it seems.
okay. So can I share my screen 1 second? Can I show
Yeah.
the exactly question means
Yeah,
whatever
yeah,
said
sure. Sure, sure.
right now visible, sir? Screen.
Not yet. Yeah,
One
now it
second.
is coming. Yeah,
So
yeah.
basically, here it's question, sir. 1 second. So this one question is
Mm. Yeah,
they will
so
say
you have got the reply also. There will be no unproctored exam this run.
yes.
Yeah, so there is no exam.
That's
No
what I'm asking,
unproc.
sir.
Yeah, that is there is no unproctored exam. Like all the exam is proctored only. Proctored means there will be some invigilator. Unproctored means there will be no invigilator. You will be doing on your own. So those are mostly covered in assignment and the practice questions we have done.
So basically, how much means what is the means which what is the marks is conduction means how much means 50 out of
You
70.
should check that on that this discussion forum as well as in the course announcement page, all these details are given there.
Okay, sir.
That means, sir, only MCQ questions will be given. That means we don't have to write any kind of program or
No,
anything.
it is not like that.
So then programming assignments. So what is that?
Uh, you can type. There are, there
Yes,
can
sir.
be
Then I will
possibility.
be. I will be
I'm
asking a similar question.
yeah. I am also not very sure about type of question that will be announced this uh, in due course of time. Okay, so don't worry about it. Okay. Any other questions?
No, sir. This was a major question which I had.
So before
Uh,
10 minutes, I read this one page. That's why I'm asking this question.
no, I am not able to hear you, Nankishore.
So can you hear me?
Yeah, now you are audible.
Before
Yeah,
10 minutes, I read this one page. That's why I'm asking this question.
yeah, yeah.
Because of the means examination is means near examination. That's why unproctored exam is not conduct. I am also confused.
So unproctored exam is like last time I think it was conducted. Yes,
Yes,
but this time it is not being conducted. So fine, not an issue.
means the main examination criteria how means MCQ ask or any coding like do some coding like in exam. I'm
Mostly
little bit
not
confused.
codes. Like what you are seeing here, you see there are short, like the maximum extent is short, 3-4 line codes can be there, like we are doing in our assignment and this programming practice, right? Not more than that, not tougher than that will come. I think that is the level that you will get.
Maybe comes like I code the examination like write the
Yeah,
code.
it
Okay, sir.
is. You will have to wait a bit, or you can post in the discussion forum because actually I'm not part of the that team conducting this examination on this, so I cannot be very sure about it. So you'll have to ask in the discussion forum. The TA's part of that will be able to answer you, I think.
Okay, sir.
Right? Yeah. Anyone else? Okay. So before going into questions, I think someone asked me about why we are going into this data and these things in the previous class, and I promised to have a small lecture on that, right? How this artificial intelligence and machine learning, how it works, to give a small demo of it. So, is he here? I think Suraj or someone like that asked, right? Are you there?
Sir, I guess he's absent today.
Okay, not an issue. So, should I continue with that or should I directly go to the problems?
Sir, I think you should continue, sir. So
Okay,
because we were told that, sir.
okay. So, I have just a small and one single program for this. So, to have a general understanding, you can understand from this that what we call as artificial intelligence, it is something like we are trying to make programs which are behaving very similar to humans, how humans behave. And in that, there is a part called machine learning, and that also like very deep into it is called deep learning, neural network, and deep learning, this thing. So in machine learning, generally, when we are talking about artificial intelligence, it is mostly about we are talking about machine learning. Machine learning is artificial intelligence technique that use statistical methods. That means mathematical models to improve the experience of this artificial intelligence. We'll see. Okay, and then there is deep learning where neural networks are used and all. So let's not go in that. Okay. So there are mainly three types of machine learning: supervised, unsupervised, and reinforcement. Very similar to what we do. Supervised means when we are learning from someone, like someone is checking us. you are doing, okay, no, this is not right, this is wrong, and then correct it like that. Unsupervised is you try on your own. Okay, you keep trying, trial and error. And then reinforcement learning, where you are interacting with an environment and taking a feedback and then learning. Okay, so this I'm going very fast. I think not very relevant to the present course. Okay, so mostly when we are talking about artificial intelligence project, there are certain steps generally we do. First is collection of data. That artificial intelligence project, that means mostly about machine learning, because machine learning is the part we can do using code and all, and then deep learning can also be done. Then preparation of data, choosing a model, on which model we are going. Model is mathematical model. Okay. Then training the model, like fitting it according to the data we have. This data we will fit into the model, and then the training will happen. And based on this, with some new input, we will predict the outcome. Are you getting this?
Oh yes, sir.
Yes.
Okay. So a very simple program I am taking for you to understand. That is, let's make a program to identify between an apple and an orange. Okay. So before we go into this, can you tell how we differentiate between an apple and an orange? Seeing it, how will you?
So
By
shape, size, color.
Okay. So shape, size, color. Okay. So uh, what what is the difference in their shape? Both are spherical.
No, sir. Orange is a little more roundish, whereas apple is a little more means it is like this at the like this in the apple, but the orange is more round like this. So
So can I say texture will be a better option? Texture mine
yes, sir.
means
Yes,
like
sir. That is a
r-
better option.
roughness and smoothness, right?
Yes, sir.
Then
Apple
size
is
is there.
smooth while orange is not.
Yeah. Then size mostly like we generally see like Apple will have some specific sizes or weight. You can say it will be a bit lighter than orange. Like if you are blind, you cannot see these things. Like blind, or you cannot. What I will say, you are something like a programmer machine where you cannot visually see. Like we generally relate by visual, comparing it with Apple, what we have seen. But what if we didn't know that what is an apple, what is an orange, and then we have to compare? Okay, we will see such features, right? So similar to this, we can just a minute. We can teach our code to do this. Okay, so let's move to our color. This is visible. Okay, so as I have already told, there are mostly 5 steps we do in case of machine learning. That is data collection, data preparation. I will show you how it is done, and we will not go in very deep and not with very big data. I will go with small data so that you are able to understand. Okay. Then we will choose a model, and we will be choosing a very simple model. Okay. Simple model means a mathematical tool, and you will see why we are choosing this, how it makes it very easy for us to make it understand. Like it is something like we are having a lot of data, like 100, 200 data, and we can compress into just 2 3 numbers, parameters or equations, you can say, which will take care of what was there in the data. Based on that, we are creating some inferences, that is training the model, and then is the prediction of outcome. Okay, so let's not go in very complex program like banana, apple, grapes, strawberry. We will go for two only, apple and orange. Fine. Any confusion till here? Anyone?
No, so
Sir,
Okay.
I am able to understand.
Okay, fine. So let's go with a simple one, where we are trying to differentiate between an apple and an orange. And I am only taking two parameters, two features. Like there are important thing, features and outcomes. Features means those are like if we take 4 5 apples, 4 5 oranges, we will check their weight and texture. Texture means roughness or smoothness and their weight. Okay, these are some numerical values we can put into our program, or you can say we can have some sensors that can do these things. Like weight measurement can be done, texture measurement can be done. It is smooth or rough. Okay, but since any program or any sensor and this thing, they will not be able to understand this thing like gram, kg, these things, as well as smooth and rough things. So we will have to convert them into numeric. Okay. So the first part is data collection. That is, like suppose I am taking two apples. One is having 120 gram and it is smooth. Certainly an apple will be smooth. An apple of 130 gram and that is also smooth. Then an orange, it is generally a bit heavier, 170 gram, it is rough. Orange 150 gram, that is also rough. Okay. Then we will do the data preparation. How we will prepare? We will remove the grams. First, all of them will have to be converted into a single unit. Like here they are in same unit, so we will remove the gram. Then we will define some code. Like for smooth, like for apple, I am putting 0. For orange, I am putting 1. For rough, I am putting 0. Orange, for smooth, I am putting 1. Always remember there should be logical codes like 0, 1, 2, 3, and the sequence should not be very abrupt. Otherwise, it will be very difficult. Okay. So our data becomes something like this. 0, this is the outcome. Like 0 is for apple. For apple, 121. 120 means 120 gram, and 1 is our this what you say the smooth surface. Similarly, second one is 0, 131, and then for orange 170, 0, 150, 0. Fine, like we have done the data preparation. Clear till here?
So why did it become 120 comma 1? So not 120 comma 0?
Uh, One we are putting for smooth. If you are
Okay,
taking
sir.
the opposite way, like if you are taking smooth as 0 and rough as 1, then you will do like that. Like single convention we have to follow throughout. Okay. So now if we represent it in form of list, we have learned about list, two-dimensional list, one-dimensional list. Okay. So what we can do is that we can say features as the first feature is a thing of 120 gram and having smooth surface. So first one is 121. Second one is 131, 170, 0, 150, 0. Okay. Then we are putting outcomes in the same sequence. The first one is apple, second one is apple, third one is orange. So apple we are putting with 0, orange we are putting with 1. Fine till here. Now comes the third part, that is choosing a model. Okay. So here I am taking a very simple model, one of the very simplest model, that is decision tree classifier. Okay. In line 5, if you can see, mm, yeah, you see, there is a package called sklearn, sklearn. Okay. From there, I am taking a classifier. Classifier means a mathematical model, how it will, and I will show you that model also, how it does. Okay. And then I am creating a classifier, CLF equals to decision tree classifier. So this is an empty classifier. We have taken that formula, okay, but it has not been fit. Like it is just a formula we have taken. We have decided that we will be using this. This is something very easy for classification. Decision tree classifier is used for simple classifications. Okay, there are a lot of models. I'll not go in that. Just for simplicity, and I am showing with very less number of data, only 4 data. Okay. Once this data increases, and in fact, if you put 400, 500 data, and with real data, it will become even better. This system becomes better with large number of data. Okay. Then in line 8, this is very important part. That is where you are fitting the data. This is where machine learning happens. Line 8. Okay. So an equation or a graph that we had will be fit according to our data. Like it will learn from the data that we are giving. So what is artificial intelligence or machine learning? You can say from real life experiences, like we learn from real life experiences. This program learns from data, feature and outcome. This, if we have a large number, it will learn from there. It will take, you can say it will fit it to understand, if weight and smoothness is like this, and if weight and roughness is like this, then I can call it an apple or an orange. Fine.
To some extent, sir.
Okay. Yeah, I know. Like this is something not everyone will get in one go. Okay, and that is why I was avoiding this. But since there was some confusion, and you should have get an idea. Okay. So in line 10, that is where I am predicting. Like now I am giving an input. Till here, machine learning is done. Now testing whether this machine learning is fine or not. Okay. So I am giving a weight of 162 grams and having a smooth surface. So what should be the output from our
Orange, sir.
understanding?
Sorry, sir.
Or
Apple.
apple. Okay. So it will give us something like 0 or 1. Okay. Which we will not be directly able to understand. So I am converting it into, like, if result is equal to 0, printing apple. If result is equal to 1, printing orange. Okay. Let's run this code. Okay. And you see here in this case, it was supposed to be, see, we are saying 1 as smooth. Okay. And it should have been smooth, and it should have been apple. But what we are getting is orange. Okay. So
So maybe
since,
because the weight of the orange is greater.
yes, so here what it is doing, since we have taken a very small, what you say, very simple model that just take, in fact, based on all this, it will take one feature that it is able to distinguish, and will use that only. I'll show you how it will take the features also. Okay. And that is why here it is doing a mistake. To correct this mistake, for now, let's take some data which is a bit easier for it to understand. When we have real data, it becomes even better. Let's say
Maybe so
136.
140.
Yeah. Now you see it is giving us apple. Okay. And if I take one 190, let's say, and surface as rough, it is giving apple, orange. But this is something not very good. So how we can correct this, or how we can have this work fine, is by increasing the number of data we have. Okay. Everyone is getting.
Sir, I have a question. Sir,
Yeah,
why did you
sure.
write from matplotlib import pyplot? Sir, in Python last time you were writing as import matplotlib dot pyplot as plt. So then,
Yeah,
can I also
both.
write in that one?
Yeah, both of them are correct.
That means, sir, in the previous program, sir, we can write import sklearn dot tree dot decision tree classifier. Is it also okay?
Yes, from sklearn import, like We can write, yeah. We in import decision tree classifier as something we can write, and it will work.
Sir,
Yes, yes,
but जो वो library है matplotlib, it's for the plotting the graph, right?
yes, yes. That we will be using in the next program. Actually, he has seen the next program. That is why he is asking. In fact, we are that I will show you.
Okay, okay, sir.
Okay. So, like now, let's see how it looks. I think then it will become a bit easier. I have taken the same thing. Just I will show you the features as well as here I am making it a bit interactive. Nothing else. Okay. So if I run this, see how it looks like. Yeah. Okay. Let's put the weight and then I will show you. Let's put 162 and rough. Okay. So I think I have not put small. Yeah. Where is it showing like this? Rough. Sometimes it is behaving too intelligent. Yeah. Now you see, if you see this plot, okay, is this graph, not graph, this decision tree visible to everyone?
Yes, sir, but not
Okay.
understanding.
Yeah. So there are two parts. Like I have shown it in text form also as well as graph form. So in the first, see when where I am showing it is after I am fitting after line 12 where I am fitting the thing. Let's not go in details of this code. Okay. In line 15 and 16, you see I am showing the textual representation of the decision tree I have made. And what it is doing, it is taking only one feature, that is feature 0, that is the weight. Okay, we gave so many data, like 4 data, 120, 130, 170, 150. Out of it, what it did, it learned that actually whatever is below 140 is an apple. Whatever is above 140 is a orange. And it made it a very simple way that it took the decision based on this weight, only one feature. Second feature is not defined. So since we have less number of features, that is why it is like this. And decision tree classifier is best for one feature actually. When we go for multiple features, we go for different other type of classifiers. Okay. So this line you are able to get that what it has done is that whenever this feature 0, that is the first feature, is less than 140, it will consider it as 0. When it is more than 140, it will consider it as 1. 0 is apple, 1 is orange. Clear? Then,
Yes, sir, I got it.
and similarly, this is the pictorial representation, what it is doing. It is taking x0, that is the feature 0. If it is less than or equal to 140, it will go to some orange, not orange, apple. And if it is more than that, it will go to apple. Okay. So this is what it is. Sorry, I have said opposite, I think. First one, it is going for apple, and second one, it is going for orange. Okay. Similarly, if we go for, to improve this, let's go for one more feature. Though with decision tree classifier, that will not improve much because it still will take only one feature that is best, it thinks. Okay. And we are adding a color to it. Okay, as well as I am adding grapes to it. Okay, like till now we were having apple, oranges, and now I am putting grapes, and I am putting the code as 2. Okay, and when I am trying to do that, let's put, yeah. Now you see this graph here. Again, it is now doing in multiple forms. First, it is checking the weight. If it is less than 93.5, then it is going for simple grapes. Otherwise, it can be apple or oranges. It is deciding. And then again, it is checking if the weight is less than 140 degree, it will be apple. If it is more than 140 degree, it is 140 gram, it is orange. Like this, it is taking. Clear? So such decisions are being taken based on, like you see, that much data is just changed into only two numbers, 93.5 and 140. These are two numbers that is just used for decision, and that is why we are using this numpy, pandas, and different type of classes like we learned in the previous weeks, so that we can actually compress this data, such big data. Here I am not going into those complex regression models and all, so that we can compress big data like 1,000, 2,000 values in just 2-3 number of codes, 2-3 number of values. Okay, it is very similar to if someone is like most of you, I believe, are above class 12. Okay, so if you must have seen about the equation of line, equation of curve, and these things. Actually, a single equation represent a lot of points. Okay, this is very similar to that. Single values, 2-3 parameters will define the whole data, and that is the beauty of machine learning, that this big data we can compress, we can have it in just some numbers, some parameters. Though with some complex models, this parameter will increase, but it will be very less compared to our data. And then the prediction is very simple based on these parameters only. That is the reason we are too much into this, that such big data, the information can be stored in very simple way. Okay, and can be used for further processing. Clear? Any doubts? I hope there should be many doubts. Say this is not possible. So still, it is not that intelligent, but with some uh, with some this with some good models, you will be able to do that here. And since this is something a very big grapes, which is not possible, such heavy grapes will not be there. So if you are dealing with realistic data, you will get realistic output also. Fine. Any questions on this?
Sir, then basically it is classifying with the first value mainly, sir, if I am not mistaken.
Sometime it takes the first value. It can even be taking the second value. It is in this case mostly it is taking the first value.
Sir, because
Decision tree,
in the
yeah,
previous
decision tree
time also we
classifier
saw
does
that
that.
it was smooth, but still it was given orange, and now
Yeah,
234 grams green color, it's giving orange. So
yeah.
that's
So it is generally taking the first value, but when we go for uh, I have just actually, this is a different model. Like I was using a different model, but for simplicity, because the graph of decision tree classifier is very easy to understand how this classification is being done. For other models, it will be a bit confusing for you people. That is why I didn't go in that. Okay. So just understand that here it is taking one feature, but such multiple features, and in fact, very complex features can also be taken care of using this. Okay, so this is just for understanding that why we are going for this so much of data, and like putting this in arrays, and then some operations on that, what is the significance of that? That is what you have to understand here. That based on that, we can extract out some small parameters, and that single 2-3 parameters will define the whole set of values, whole set of data. That might be 100,000, sometimes lakhs and crores of data that can be represented in just say 20-30 parameters. That is very less compared to 1,000, lakhs and crores of data. Okay, and that is what is being done. Okay, and later on, like, testing is also done to check whether the training was successful or not. That is not being done here. When we have a lot of data, like there are available data also, online available data, real data, which you can try upon. Okay, so done till here. Let's move to our problems. Before this, if anyone have any question. Okay, so let's move.
Yes.
Yeah. So which library is used for browser automation? Anyone who have attended the classes?
Selenium.
Selenium. So Selenium is the correct is the library. Like we were using this. We have used NumPy, random. In fact, today we used Matplotlib, and
NumPy is for
then
arrays.
yeah, NumPy is for arrays. Pandas is there. A lot of things are there. Okay. Similarly, Selenium is for browser automation, where mostly this is mostly used when you have to test in different browsers, like when you are creating web pages and these things. You have to check in different kind of browsers, and sometimes we need even automation that it is automatically doing some task and these things, opening some URL and this thing. So that is taken care using Selenium package. Okay. What will this do? Time.
Times in second.
Times in
Seconds.
second. Okay. Anyone with a different answer for this?
So one day it will give 86,400 seconds.
Why?
So because it is.
So present time in seconds, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So let's try this. Okay. I have already put here. Okay. So is this correct?
So difficulty understanding.
Yeah. So actually,
Yes, sir.
this one will also depend on the server we are connected with. If you are doing on your system, it will take your system's time. But if you are working on Google Colab, and if you are connected to some other country server, it will give that time. Okay. So we can say time in seconds. The output will be in seconds. Okay. Okay. Which of the following library is used to get all time zones? Anyone?
PYTZ.
PYTZ. This is used for all
Array,
time
array,
zones.
array.
Array of all the time zones. So, okay, I have not put that. Yeah, you see in one of the program later on, what I am putting is that I am, let's print. You see, uh, yeah, all the time zones, different time zones we are getting. And in fact, if I scroll, all possible time zones of the world has been given here with the date, time. This is not that exact program. This is something else. Okay, in which we are giving all the time zones. Okay, so PYTZ is used to get all time zones. Okay, what will be the output of this code from date time? Date time is the library here. Import date time as DT. Okay, so Sakshi, you were asking this, I think, that adds the, this, what is it doing?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, so
So it
what
is
it is
actually
doing,
is a shortening. It is
yeah,
actually
it is
shortening. So
shortening.
that
Otherwise, you see, in this case, we would have to write date time dot now. Okay, so instead of writing this big, we have shortened it as dt dot now. Okay, so that is what
I
it
get
is
it,
doing.
sir.
Yeah. So what is this doing? Anyone?
Last option, sir.
Last option, date and time in year, minute, and date. Hour. Okay. Anyone can tell me what is the difference between this hour and this hour? Small hh and capital hh.
Then, sir, it will be no, sir. I'm correct, sir. This will be small HH means, sir, in numeric, whereas capital HH means something else.
What else? That is, I'm asking. Anyone? Anyone else?
Sir, in alphabets, I guess.
Okay. Anyone else who have any idea about this? Can I ask someone? Rajneesh Kumar, are you there?
Last.
Last one. Okay, that is fine. The last one is the answer. But what is the difference between this small hh and capital H? Here it is showing small hh, capital mm, SS. So what is this? What if it was written capital HH? Will it still be correct? Anyone? Let's try this. And I think you will be able to get the answer a bit there. Okay. So here you see it is showing as 2023, that is year, 04, that is month, then 18, that is date, and then it is 1848. What is this 18? Is it the time?
Sir, say time in hours.
Time in hours, that is 24-hour clock time. And this is represented using small h. When you are writing capital H's, that means uh, in 12-hour clock time. Okay.
Okay.
And similarly, 48, that is the minute, and second, 0.37186, this is the minute. And
So
second,
then, why did we use capital M for minutes?
for minutes, because it is not being shown in the 24-hour system. For 24 hours, the complete 24-hour system, it would have been 1848, like this, right? It is separated from the HHMM. If you see, that is HH and small m. In fact, for month also we are using mm. Okay, so that for removing that confusion, when you are using minutes separately, it is always used as capital M. For month, we are using a small mm. For minutes, we are using capital M. But in case of hours, if we are using small h's, that means 12-hour clock time. And if we are using 24-hour clock time, and if we are using capital H, that means 12-hour clock time. Just understand the difference. And that is why Here it is small hh1 is correct. Okay. Can we use the same web drivers for different browsers? Anyone can try what is a web driver? Yeah, what is a web driver? Anyone? Anyone? Am I audible?
Yes.
Okay, so anyone can try.
Maybe no, sir.
Okay, anyone who knows what is a web driver? Anyone?
I think it is a controller.
Controller for?
For user agent.
Yes. So what will be the correct answer?
Half the options.
Okay, now I have shown you the answer by mistake. Uh, See, for running on different browsers, like some can be same. If you are using Chrome and you are using Chromium, both have the same web driver because they have the same base. And Brave and Firefox, I think they are having the same web driver, but not all. Okay, there are some attempts to use cross driver, cross browser web drivers, but single web driver cannot work with all the different browsers, and that is why when uh, we are requesting the web pages, we might see that actually with that request, the information of our browser also goes there. When if you are searching on Chrome and if you are searching the same thing on Safari or on a different browser, the information goes with your request so that according to that specific browser that is shown. Okay, and this is how it is taken care. Okay, and they cannot be same, and they are not same. If they were same, it would have been much easier for everyone. Okay, so it is false. What is represented by the following code? Anyone? PYTZ, this is for all time zones, right?
Yes.
Then we are using date time. Zone equal to PYTZ dot all time zones. So we are putting the zone. For I in range, length of zone. So that means this will be an array, or you can say a list of all time zones. Okay. And then we are printing one by one dt dot now, and then in bracket pytz dot time zone one, like I, that is from 0 till the last one. So what is being done here?
Sir, the answer will be option A, sir. It's printing
A,
the
print
current
the
date and time of all the zones. Because, sir, we
all.
are taking the Lennon zone. That means, sir, we are taking from the time zone, from the first time zone, GMT minus 11 to GMT plus 12. So we are evaluating all the time zones. And then, sir, we are printing dt dot now. Dot now function, sir, as we know that it is going to print the date at first, followed by the time. So, sir, option will be A.
Yes. So one by one we are printing all. In fact, I think I have already run this code, right? Yeah, this one was the same code. So it is printing from 00 till another 00. So complete times, all the available times is printing. Okay. Okay. What will be the output if the system date is 10 December 2021, a Friday? Okay. So if, let's suppose today's date is 10 December 2021 and it is a Friday. So what will this do? From date time import date time as dt, day is equal to dt dot today. So this is for today. Later on, what I in the comment, what I have kept, in fact, this is what we will use so that it becomes 10 December 2021. Okay. And then print day dot weekday. So what will it print?
Sir, I did the same program yesterday in different programming language. And it was so big, means it was extremely big. Sir, in that program, sir, what I did was I took 1st January 1900 as a Tuesday. It was a Monday, sir. And then, sir, I used the array from 0 to 6, means determining the days. And then, sir, at first I calculated the current year and then followed by the month and date. And then we are going to divide it by 7 and whatever the result we will be getting, so that will be the answer.
So this is very easy here, right? So what will be the output?
Yes, sir. That I myself am surprised seeing this.
Yeah. So what will be the output here? Anyone?
Sir, of 12th October 2022 or sir of today?
12 December 2021.
Um, Sir, if 10th December 2021 is Friday, then sir, we will be getting um, 5. No, 0, 1, 2,
Oh,
3, 4, 5, 5. 5, sir.
okay, 5. Okay. And what for today?
Sir, today we will be getting 3, sir. 3.
Okay. Anyone else with any other answers? Resma, what do you think will be the answer?
I'm confused in 4 or 5.
Okay. Uh, let's see. Okay. So let's do it today only. And it is showing as 1, not as 2. So if I put something like this, let's say,
That means, sir, according to Python, week starts on Monday.
yes. And most of the what I have done here.
Sir, DT dots.
Yeah. So what it is doing? Okay. I think I put it on 12 and then 10.
Sir, it was 12th October previously, sir.
Yeah, it was. So 4. And why 4? It is taking 0 for Monday. Okay. And remember that most of the coding languages and this computer programs have their origin in US. Okay. And so we must understand that it follows the US way. Okay. There, Monday is considered the first day, not like Europe and India, where we are considering Sunday as the first day of the week. Okay. That is why this small confusion is there. Okay,
I get this.
get it?
But sir, in
Any,
my program, 0 was Sunday.
yeah,
That's why
because
he said that.
you created that it like that, right? So what will be the correct answer? It will be 4.
4, sir.
Okay. I think this output is not this one. Yeah. Which statement will return the calendar for a whole year? Anyone?
Option B, sir.
B. Calendar and this whole year. Anyone else?
Option C, sir.
C. Calendar dot
Option
year.
C.
Year. Yes. Okay. Let's see. Okay. So we will
Got this,
have
sir.
to import calendar. Okay. And 3 I am putting. So this is for year 3. Let's put for 2023 first. Okay.
So 3 means 3 AD, sir.
Yes, 3. Okay. So we are in April and today is 18th Tuesday. So this is correct.
Yes, sir, definitely.
So this is the calendar we can use to generate for any year. Like let's say for 5121. Okay. And we are getting the calendar for that year.
Sir, I think this is the year when the Earth is going to get destroyed, right, sir?
No idea.
So I can
So
see 5,000 something.
not very sure. Like Earth's life has been a million of years, and so not sure that it will be ending in so less. Okay. So we can get from anything, even I think 0 it will not work. Let's see. Yeah, 0 also. So for BC, I think it will
Sir,
not.
before Christian era, sir, -5.
Yeah, let's try that. Okay, it is working even for that. But I'm not sure whether that calendar is correct or not. Okay. But for 2023, it was working fine and it seemed correct. Right. So this is the
Yes,
one.
sir, no argument.
Yeah. So this is the one we can use to.
Sir, please check, sir, -24 once. I want to see if it's a leap year or not.
Okay. Yeah, it is a leap year.
Yes, sir, it is. That means, sir, it's fine. It is working fine.
Yeah, but certainly there will be some errors because, in fact, end of BC and start of AD, there is some difference. So I think that is not taken care in this.
There is some difference, means, sir, means.
There is difference of some years in the, some years are missing. Like
Because I
this
was not
calendars
aware
has
of
been
this.
implemented much later. So there has been some difference. And in some years, there were 2 Julys, 2 August to compensate for such things, and later on they were corrected so that at present we have this consistent calendar. So those things will not have been taken care of. But anyway, it gives for the present time, it gives the correct. Okay. So the correct one is calendar dot year cal year. Okay. By which statement we can come out from the loop? Anyone? I think we have learned this many a time.
Break.
Break.
Great. Yes. And what about continue?
Utility, sir.
What it will do?
Continue, sir. It is going to ignore the rest of the statements which are written after that, and then it will move to the next iteration and execute from there.
Yes. So the whole loop will not be stopped at all. Just for that specific iteration, it will skip the rest part and go to the top. But in case of break, it will stop.
And
Okay?
sir, pass.
Pass will do nothing. Pass will just pass to the next code. Okay? So these are three terms we must know: continue, break, and pass. Okay? And if anyone is interested a bit, you should study about error handling. Try to study about error handling in Python. Anyone who is aware of this error handling?
Sir, try catch finally.
Yeah, this one.
Exception throwing.
Yeah, exception handling and error handling. Yeah.
Yes.
So this is something you should try because this is a very good feature. In fact, it is built into most of the advanced coding languages. But in case of Python, it is very well you can use it very simply, and that is something that will make your code very well. But remember not to use it at the beginning of the code. Once you are done with your coding, then go on to use error handling. This is something I even used to do at the beginning, that I will try to make the program, uh, and from the beginning itself, I will try to implement exception handling. That is not the way. In fact, that will make it very, it will take more time for you to create the same code. So it is better first make the code and then implement this error handling, exception handling, and these things, so that your code gets refined. Fine. So
Sir, will you
let me.
explain us, sir, please, will you explain us type of errors that not callable, not subscriptable, that
Yeah, these are common errors. Like the most basic one is syntax error. Okay, in which syntax, that means the grammar, that is not correct. Okay, if we are missing the colon here in the loop, if I am missing the colon and this thing. Okay, these are syntax error. Then comes logical error, where the code runs fine, but you are not getting the output you intended. Okay, then divide by zero error. That means when you are trying to divide it by zero. In fact, there are a lot of errors, and I also cannot remember all of them. What I can do is that in the next class, yes, I can try to compile some of the most common errors and give a list so that it is easy for you people to. Yeah,
I was
I can
specifically
do that.
asking for that not callable and not substitutable.
Yeah, not callable. That means that is something that is not defined as a function. It might be defined as something that is not a function. That is why it might not be working. And these are there are a lot of errors. Okay.
Okay.
And yes, many times seeing the error, reading what is the output in the terminal, there's error, you can also find or debug the errors. Okay. So that is something.
Okay.
Okay. So let's, if we do it like we
Sir,
see
I
here,
googled it. Sir, there is no year zero.
no year zero. Yeah.
Sir, after one VC comes 180. So
Yeah. So that is something that has not been taken care of. Yeah. So what this is doing, that this will keep on asking, and if I am putting anything other than no, it will continue. Continue means it will go to the start of the loop again. So I am putting something like, it will ask me again. I'm putting yes, it will ask me again. It will ask me again. But when I put no, you see, it will break and it just completes the whole loop and prints the next line. Okay. So this is something, the difference between break and continue. Okay. And pass, what we can say is that if I say A, so if I put anything else, it just keep on asking. And if I put yes, again the same. Okay. So not passing that. Okay. Yeah, pass and continue here are working the same. But if it was outside the loop, nothing would have happened. It would just have continued to the next step. Okay. And if I am putting no, it will just stop there. So continue takes it back to the loop. Pass will just go to the next one. And in fact, next is here, it will do. That is why it is working. So these are three things that we use: break, pass, and continue. Break is to stop the loop. Continue is to ignore the rest part of that. And pass is just to let it go. Okay. How to check for leap year? I think we made a code for leap year earlier. In one of the class, we made code for leap year. Is
Yes,
it?
sir. If y mod 4 equal to 0, or
Yeah.
inside brackets y mod 100 not equal to 0 and y mod 400 equal to 0.
Yeah.
Then
But
leap
there
year.
is a easier way to do that. And which one of these is the easier way? Anyone?
So that was one line.
Yeah.
So
Anyone?
I guess it is the third option, sir. Third option.
Third option. Okay. Anyone else? Anyone?
C option, sir.
C only, right?
Yes.
Okay. So let's use this code. In fact, I have just modified it a bit so that I'm asking an input from the user. And if calendar is leap year, then a leap year. Otherwise, I will write the year is not a leap year. Okay. So let's write 2024. Is it a leap year?
It is.
It is, right? And let's write not a leap year.
So all the
Okay.
Olympics years are leap years.
Yes, not Olympic years. Olympic happens in leap year.
Yes, sir.
It
And
is not.
yeah,
It is not a leap year because Olympic happens. It is like Olympic happens in a leap year. These two are different things, right?
so that's a different thing, sir. That's the Earth's rotation and 1/4 days. That's a complicated thing.
Yeah. So leap year does not depend on Olympic. If Olympic does not happen, it will not be a leap year. It is not like that. Okay. So is leap is the thing that we do, and that also comes from the library calendar. Okay. We cannot directly write calendar dot is leap. Okay. We will have to import it. Is leap will not work. We will have to first do the import calendar.
So can I write import calendar as C?
Yeah, as but generally we avoid using single character because in that case we might get confused ourselves with a variable. Okay, it is your preference. You can go for CED. Even you can import it as a print, and then the next line print will not work. So anything you can do. Okay. Now, till here, any confusion?
No, sir.
Okay. Now let's come to Pythagoras. Okay. Take three sides of a triangle as an input and find whether that triangle is a right angle triangle or not. Print yes if a triangle is right angle triangle or no if it is not. Like suppose we are entering 3, 4, and 5. Are the dimensions of the like triangle, then output is yes because it is a right angle triangle. So can anyone tell how we are checking whether it is a right angle triangle or not? How do we check?
By Pythagoras theorem.
By
So
Pythagoras
at first we
theorem.
have
And
to take three sides, A, B, C respectively. Before that
Mhm.
we have to import math. Then sir, after importing the math, we are going to write, for example, variable x. X is equal to power bracket a comma 2 plus power bracket b comma 3.
Power a
Bracket
comma 2
2 plus power bracket a comma 3. Bracket a comma 3.
a comma
B
3.
comma 3. Sorry sir, b comma 2 sir. B comma 2. B
Mhm.
comma 2. And then sir, I am going to use another variable c is equal to power bracket c comma 2.
Okay.
Now I'm
And
going
then
to use an if statement. If x equal to y, then equal to y, then
y,
try yes. Otherwise,
it was c, no? Okay, that's
yes, sir.
then. Okay.
Sir,
What if,
not then, sir. Not THN,
okay,
sir.
okay. Uh, Not then, no?
Yes, sir. Print.
Yeah. Anyone would like to add something here? Or like,
Before we have to find the longest side.
yes, this is very important. First, we have to find the size having the maximum between these three. Okay? Because remember the hypotenuse is always the longest side. And anyone else who think we can reduce its size, the size of the code? Anyone? With some
Ternary operator, sir.
other way? Do we need to import math library here? Is it necessary?
No.
Not really, sir.
Not really, right? Then how can we do it without a math library?
Sir, A into A, B into B, like that.
Okay. Can we not put it like what you are doing here, power? It, is it from math library only? Can we not use some other functions to find power?
Exponential we can do.
Recursion.
Yeah. A double star 2. This will also do that. Okay. Double star is used for exponential. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Yeah. And how to find the maximum of anything? Which one is the maximum among this?
Max bracket A comma B comma C.
How is it a function?
Now we are not using math library here. So, sir, ternary operator, sir.
What is
If
ternary
A greater than
operator?
equal to B question mark, A greater than C question mark, A colon C colon, then B greater than C question mark, B colon C colon, semicolon. Not semicolon, sir.
Okay.
It's Python.
Then what will happen with, let's try your way. Okay. Let me create a new code. Hmm. First, let's take the input side. Okay. So,
Sir, it will be print, sir.
okay. Why do we need to enter print?
Sir, because we will take three inputs, sir.
Okay.
Or we can use split function.
Yeah, we can use split. dot split. Let's put a comma as a split, right? Mm,
Yes.
comma. And then what we will do, we want to convert it into integer also. How can we do that? And we want to remove the extra spaces also. Spaces is not relevant. Yeah,
Dot
so we
strip,
can
sir. Dot strip.
dot. Yeah. So this whole thing dot strip. Okay. And how to convert into an integer? All three
So
of
before
them.
that
How
we have
can
to add int.
Yes, int input.
int input? So like if we are entering three input, 5, 4, 3, all three will be converted at once. Anyone? I think I have discussed this someday, how to take an input, like input list, and then convert into integer one by one. Anyone? Anyone remembers?
Sir, I remember the explicit conversion.
We can do something like int x for x n. Okay, and this whole thing as a list. Let's take it as a list. Okay. So I'm taking 3, 4, x. So strip. Okay, this has become a list. Yeah, in fact, we don't need strip. Strip should be done, not needed. Yeah, 3, 4. Fine. So if I print none, okay. So we have three numbers here, 3, 6, and 7. Now, what next we have to do? We have to check which one is the maximum of these two. How will we do that? Anyone?
Using max function.
Using maths function. Okay. So let's say, import math. Let's put it at the top. It is a good way to do that. Import math. Maths or math?
Math.
Okay. So what we will do? Dot max. Is it correct? Let's say it as. I put news. I think this spelling is wrong. Just a minute. Hello, I'm audible. Hello.
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Yeah. Okay. So, will this work? I am forgetting this. Is this spelling correct or not?
Sir, HYPOTENUSE. That is a correct spelling.
It was correct, right? I don't know why it is looking a bit wrong.
Sir,
Okay.
triangles, the TRAINGLE, sir. That is a spelling mistake, sir, which you made in line 2.
Okay. Okay. Triangle. Yeah. It's seems today I am confused with the spellings. Okay. So what will we put here? Nums. Will it work?
Yes, sir.
Let's write it HYP only. Don't. Let's not make it very long. So see what is happening here. Math has no attribute max.
No need of math.max. Now it will print if we give max of nums.
Max of nums. Okay. Yeah. So why we imported math here? Do we need to import math here?
So absolutely not necessary.
Yeah, not necessary at
Sir,
present.
max is not even a part of math.
No.
Sir, initially, sir, I was thinking, sir, math.max is not a Python function, but so that's why I said only
Yeah.
max. Sir, if you remember, sir, I said only max.
Yeah. Okay. So we have got the
Math.max, sir, is
hypothesis.
in Java, sir.
Yeah. So we have got the this. Now how to check and how to isolate it from others? Like we don't know at what position it is. How to do that?
Uh,
Anyone?
Use the remove function. Nums.remove. Right.
Okay. Nums dot remove. Okay. Yes, we can do that. Removing the HYP, right? And then let's see what it looks like. Okay. So we have 4 and 5. Now, next, what is the next? How will we check that the square of these two is equal to the square of the hypotenuse? Anyone?
Just one condition, one expression.
Yeah.
If, if high exponential 2
HYP exponential.
Sir, if we're using a list, then we can use it in an easier method. So we can
How?
simply use that list.sort function, and then, sir, we are going to traverse from the till the second last element of the list, and then, sir, we are going to find out the squares. So I think it is going to be easier.
Yes. Yes, that is what, in fact, I was about to suggest, but let's continue with this first, then we will go for that
Yes, sir.
way also. Okay, so how can we do here?
if exponential 2 is equal to num 0
Num 0
0
exponential 2
exponential 2 plus num 1
plus nums
1
1
exponential 2
exponential 2. Let's put it
colon
in brackets so that it is not confusing. And in fact, there will be double equals, right? Mm,
double equals
colon.
colon
Then print.
print it is
Yes.
yes. Triangle is right angle. Yes, yes. Print yes.
Yes. else.
Else no. Else print no.
Right, let's try this. 3, 4, 5, 5 no is a right angle triangle. It is correct, right? 3, 6, 7 is not. Fine. 6, 10, 10. Fine. So, yeah, now let's try it the other way in which we are sorting it and then directly using it, right? Is this fine or something else has to be done in this? Okay. Now, what we can do, let's remove this part. Right? Yeah. Now, anyone? How can we do the
So
sorting?
can you say zoom it a bit? It's coming tiny.
Okay. Just a minute. When we are typing, it becomes small. Yeah. Sides of the triangle split, this part is fine. We are getting it. Now, how we can proceed further? There's nothing called.
So we don't have to proceed further. Sir. It's done, sir.
How? How is it done?
So because sir, if the square of the hypotenuse is equal to the square of the perpendicular
But
plus square of
but
base, that means it's
in
right angle triangle.
in
Sir. We are already
okay,
done with it.
Hypothesis, right?
yeah, what you are saying, Versa?
We have to add no, that short statement here.
Yeah, sorting
Short,
we have to do, right?
yes. Short nums.
So we will have to put nums dot sort, right? So will it print? Will it sort nums or it will just give a output of a sorted one? Okay. Yeah, let's remove this for now. Okay. So
Sir, you already
when
gave a sorted one.
okay, yeah. So it gets sorted. So this is fine. Now what we have to do?
Nums to exponential is equal to just like previous one.
Just the previous one. Just instead of removing ones, what we can do is that
Num 2 exponential 2.
yeah,
For
we can
I
do that.
range of ln of nums minus 1.
No, we don't even need range. I think we can directly go for this.
Direct go.
Mm.
Num 2.
Okay.
Yes. Done.
And even if I give 5 comma 3 comma 4 3. Fine.
Yes.
Anyone having any confusion in this? There, like I have said it many times, that there can be many ways to do the same program, and then there can be shorter ways, right? In fact, we could have sorted it there itself. Mm, In fact, we can do it here itself. Sort. And it will work. Okay. This is- we want to see. Okay, yeah, dot sort will not give us that output. Yeah. Dot sort does not give us output. So we'll have to put here. Okay. And in fact, frankly speaking, we should have gone for one more test. That is first, it is a triangle or not, but that part is not given here, so we have skipped that. Right? Anyone remembers how we check it is a triangle or not?
Addition of sides
Addition of two sides will always be
greater than third.
greater than the third side. So
Some of
we
the
will
two
have to
sides
check.
greater than third.
Yeah, for all the combinations. So we are not going into that. Otherwise, that is the first condition that should have been checked, right? Uh, Yeah. So this one is done. Let's move to second question. Write a program that accept a hash separated sequence of words. Like between each word, there is a hash as input and prints the word in a hash separated sequence after sorting them alphabetically in reverse order. Okay. So how can we do this? Anyone?
Sir, I have the ready answer. I can show you anytime, sir.
Yeah. So I can stop sharing for some time. You can say.
Sir, I just need a few seconds to open that file.
Yeah, sure. Are you people understanding or not? Like you are free to give feedback. Anyway, we are about to end. Like last, next is the last class, right? So any feedbacks you are free to give, and you can suggest. I will try to improve that. Okay.
Sir, I need 1 minute to open that, sir.
Yeah, sure.
It's a difficult file name, sir. I'm finding it. Okay, sir.
No. Anyone else with some other suggestions? How can we do this program?
Yes, sir, I found that out. Sir, I'm
Yes,
sharing my screen.
please share.
Sir, am I audible?
Yeah, you are audible and visible.
Okay, sir. So this is the solution.
Mm, okay. Assume equals to input. Okay. Why you are taking so many input once and then S2 S1 plus S2, why S1 plus S2?
Sir, at first, sir, I am just taking sir S2 as an empty string, sir. That
Mm,
sir at first means, for example, I am writing ABC, then
mm,
hash ABC hash PQR. Then sir, after this S1, after this I am just adding hash, sir. ABC
yeah.
hash PQR hash. Sir, so that means there is a parallel combination, and then sir I can means do the
Mm,
work accordingly, sir. Sir, if you proceed, sir, you can see the activity.
yeah. Okay. You are appending one by one. Can you run this program once?
Yes, sir. Can you please tell me the sample input?
Yeah, you can write anything like my hashtag name, hashtag age, hashtag success, like that. Yes, this is correct, but quite long way. Anyone who can suggest a smaller way?
So then should I stop sharing?
Anyone?
Input the, accept the string, then split with hash. Then it will give a list of words. Then sort the list. Then using join function, join the elements of the list.
Yeah. So, how do we use the join function? Saksha, do you remember
Sir,
Hash
join.
dot
Yes, sir, I remember. Sir,
how?
sir we sir partially remember, sir. I'm a bit in a quandary right now, sir.
Okay. How?
hash dot join the strings name list name.
So we will write hash dot join, or what will be the way?
Space dot join.
Yeah. So, Saksha, can you try in a new code how to do this?
Sir, which one, sir?
Uh, like take an input from user and use the split function instead of doing this removing one by one.
Sir, then taking an input from the user and then using the split function.
Yes.
Okay, sir.
L equals to, okay.
Sir, I'm having some difficulties. I can't remember sir streams. Sir, I think this is not going to work.
Dot split,
It's not going to
yes.
work.
So you can directly write L equals to S dot split. And yeah. And
Is it going to work?
in the bracket, yeah, in the bracket in quotes, write that hashtag has,
So here.
yeah.
Something else is coming.
Yeah, it is fine because you are not using that. Na? Between every word, you have to use this hash symbol. When taking the input, if you run this, remember the question says that every time you have to enter with the difference of hash.
I get it.
Yeah, now try. Okay, should I? So,
Yes, sir, that will be better, sir.
okay. You stop sharing. I will. Yeah. So, this is the question. Everyone can see my slides.
Yes, sir.
You can see my slides. Okay. So, the input we have to enter separated by this hash. So, like in the previous question, what we did, we can take like, let's say s equals to input. Okay, enter your input and separated by hash dot split. And here the splitting has to be done using the hash symbol. Okay, so this will give us a, what will this be? This will be a list of words. Okay, like in this case, it will be a comma input comma dot. Okay, done. Next is we have to sort it. How we will sort that? Anyone? And that also in reverse order. How we have to do? S dot,
Dot sort reverse equal to true.
yes, S dot sort, and then in bracket we'll write reverse equals to true. And this does our input and processing is done. Now the presentation, that is, we have to output it again with in the sorted way, in reverse sorted way, but connected using the hash symbol. So how we can do that is that we can directly do a I will continue from here. After this, I am continuing on the top. We can directly write print, and then in bracket we can write with what we have to join with the hash symbol dot join, and then in bracket we write s, since s is now sort. Done. This is the simple program. Okay, like wait, yeah. So this is what I have done. Okay. So words equals to input, enter the word separated by hash, and then split it using the hash symbol. Okay. Word dot sort reverse equals to 2. To see is the list is reversed and sorted or not. I have put print words. In fact, this is what we don't require. Okay. And let's run this. So let's write. Okay, like this. So what will be the first thing that should go? W, since W is having like it is to be reversed. Okay, W will be meet, and here one thing. Remember, we have discussed this earlier also. When we are using capital and small letters together, when we are using the capital and small letters together, which one will be coming first? If sorting regularly, what will come first, capital or small?
Capital.
Capital. So since here we are sorting it in the reverse way, it is the small letters will come first, followed by the capital letters. That is why the both by are not together. The capital by comes at the end. Fine. You can even take care of this by converting into lowercase, but that has not been explicitly given here. Should we go with this? Fine. Any confusion in this? Okay. So let's move to the assignment 3. Write a program which takes two integers a and b and prints all composite numbers, not the prime numbers, between a and b, both numbers inclusive. Anyone, how we can do this? How do we check prime numbers?
So I have the solved code for this one as well. So if you allow me, I can show you.
What you are saying, Saksha, I didn't get you.
Sir, I was saying that, sir, I have the solution of this code as well. Sir, if you allow me, then I will be showing the answer.
Okay. Or you can, show it. Yeah, Saksha, are you there? Or anyone else can also, if you have tried this question.
Yes, sir, I'm here. Sir, this one.
Okay. How you are checking it is prime or not?
So C plus equal to 1, so that is actually counting the number of factors.
Okay.
And sir, if there are more than 2 factors, then it's composite.
Mhm. Anyone with a shorter solution for this?
So then I'm stopping sharing.
Yeah, you can. Anyone? Okay, let me share. So first thing is that we want to input, that is for sure, right? So let's add this here. Input. I'm audible to everyone?
Yes.
Okay. So two numbers we have to take, that is for sure. Okay. Now, whichever is larger, we will start from there and end till the last one. Okay. So we can say, mm, yeah,
We had to convert an int.
yeah, we have to convert them out. Yes, right. Okay. Now, let's for now let's leave that maximum and minimum thing. First, let's find out how we can go for this one, finding the prime number. Whether like let's assume we are entering the first number as small and the second one is larger. Okay, so for let's say x in range, and remember it says both inclusive, so we will have to put num1 comma, what we will have to do here, num2 or something else,
Num2 plus 1.
num2 plus 1, since we have to include it also, and then we have to just print the number when it is a prime number. So we will have to put something like,
Not prime composite number.
yeah, so in fact not if yeah, okay, yes, else print this one. If it is prime, we just have to skip it, right? So I can put pass here. Okay. So if can we check it prime using is prime or something like that? Mhm. Yeah. Is prime. Anyone knows some function like is prime or something like that? Is there any function like that?
So we can create a user-defined function like that.
Yes, we can create a user-defined function, as well as there is in fact a function, a way to do it, that is SYM pi, something like that. SYM pi is there. Yeah. Let's try that. Mm. SY and I. Oh, so is prime. Hope it works. I also don't remember whether this is the correct way or not. Sure. Okay. Object and no attribute is prime. Okay. Let me see. What was the way? Okay, we don't put it like this. Is prime is defined like that. This works. Yeah. You see 10, 11 is skipped, 12, 13 is skipped. That is a prime number. And like that. Okay. So, in fact, this is very similar to a user-defined function. Okay. We can go for this either creating a user-defined function as well as we can directly use this as sympy. Okay. Fine. Anyone, any confusion in this? Hello.
No, sir. No, sir.
Okay. But I was expecting one question from here. What is the star mark? Anyone? In the first line from
It shows
sympy,
that imports all the functions.
all the functions. And this importing all the function have one other thing also. Generally, we should not go with very large library for doing this because it might make our program a bit bulky. Because after that, all the things imported from here will work like the general work as if they are present in the general library of the Python. That is why you see is prime. We don't need to put sympy dot is prime. We can directly use it is prime x. Okay. So clear? No doubts still here?
No, sir. No, sir.
Understood.
Yeah. Okay. So that's all. Any questions you are free to ask. Otherwise, we may end the class. Okay. So thank you all. See you all in the next class.
Sir, I have a small question, sir.
Yeah, sure.
So can you please suggest me a good book, sir, means textbook from